Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Wild Wednesday, as we coin the phrase here. Okay, seems like we are back. So take two. After we started and our internet connection did whatever it had to do. So hopefully we are set. Welcome to Wild Wednesday, October 14, 2020 pre-market analysis. It cannot start any wilder than this, at least for me, dealing with technical difficulties on a Wednesday of all days. All right. Greetings, Mr. Andrew B. Greetings, Mr. B, who said hello in the live chat. Uh, let's say so in today's pre-market analysis, we are going to spend time looking at a top-down view of where the market stand as usual. Scrutinize a little bit what worked yesterday, what didn't work yesterday, and what to look forward for this brand new day of trading in the U.S. equity market. Good morning, Mr. Beto. Glad you were able to sacrifice your sleep, sir, and to make it at it is currently 5:46 a.m. Pacific time. Pitch dark outside in my window, looking toward the Pacific Ocean. Good morning, Mr. Wayne. Glad to have you guys. All right. I think a lot to unpack this morning, so we're gonna try to be as efficient as possible. So I'm currently sharing the trading view charting, tool, if you will. Let's just quickly take a look at where the overall market stand on here by taking this top view on SPY and keep it as we usually do. So, and again with my charting, I think whatever that trading view is doing, they never remove this, right? Because I think I removed this yesterday. I can delete it, but then for whatever reason, the next day is still there. So this is a beautiful. I mean, you can call this a U or a V, whatever that you want to get it, right? So as of now, again for us, we talked yesterday on Monday. I don't even remember, folks. Days are just flying by. October 14, 2020 to me is just like wow. uh, the crossover of the EMA 8 here happened, and we have been trending up. We gapped up on Monday. Yesterday could not be sustained. A slight gap down, and the SPY here recorded on a daily chart actually a red candle of this nature after 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive days of winning. So is it to say that the trend's going to stall on here and start looking down? Pre-market, it's literally flat at 350.28. We closed yesterday at 350.13. So what today? Wednesday is one of those days where we usually see trend reversal, right? So, but first we started Monday on a high. Tuesday we closed on a low. There's still a gap to be filled from Friday. Not that it's mandatory for gap to be filled. We have areas here where the gap has not been filled, so or even here, right? So it will be interesting to see where we are right now. And from a all-time high perspective, this is here early September, 358.75 on SPY. So with the moment you start printing 350, I mean, it's not that far-fetched it's not that far-fetched to imagine that, hey, maybe next week we have the big tech companies providing earnings. Could that provide a boost for it? For SPY to post a new all-time high above 350. So 360 will be that closest round number, if you will. So similarly on the Qs, the techs, the same pattern on here in terms of gapping up. Oh yeah, imagine at the time here, so this whatever. This is a U that we were trying to draw. I think we drew this most likely. When was this date here? October 1st, so meaning almost 2 weeks ago, folks. They are thinking that we were going to know. It had to go through sideways, and then so now the shape is not much this. So if we have to bring a new shape on here, let's change the color. And let's say, can we use a more vibrant, no, just a different color to say, okay, this is the shape, yeah? This is the shape, still a U, but it didn't quite go up from there. So I mean, not that it's a science or anything. But yesterday, this one actually gapped up from the close. Remember, the close on Monday was a little not funny. I mean, there was some profit taking. It gapped up a little bit, but we closed in a red candle. So from here, wow, we can spend time doing a little bit more sideways today. And if that's the case, definitely an opportunity going through the end of the week and definitely next week, because as this the chart here of QQQ, the upper Bollinger is at 293, right? And we are trading at 295. So there's no room on the upper Bollinger. So stock use time for technical setup to materialize. So that's something that we need to be aware of. Like here, there was not room here. Not that it cannot go on upper Bollinger, right? But it's not sustainable over the long run. We have seen a similar pattern on here where after, let's say, gapping up slightly, posting a big candle, and then the next day red, then a tiny candle, nothing much, and then 2 days of blast. So could it be what's in store for us on here? We actually not bad if you can recognize this, because trading any type of instrument on weekly calls on Thursday and Fridays, if let's say the moves are bigger for option traders, that's actually the preferred scenario, believe it or not. So we have said that along here, if you are new to successful trading teachings, we trade weekly option for the most part, and not that we cannot trade other, we can, but at least our subscription system, that's the way that works. So if you are new and you're not familiar with what we do, maybe this is your opportunity. Hit that subscribe button. What will you get by doing that? You will get notification for this very pre-market analysis show every morning that's you are currently on. That takes place 8:40, 8:45, from 8:40, 8:45 each weekday through, let's say, 9:15, 9:20 sometimes. Yeah, especially in this earnings season, if we have a lot of things to unpack. The other thing, we do a daily market recap, not every single day, maybe 3 times a week. We do our subscription trade alerts. We do a full review on Saturday morning, and we post that video. I've been forgetting about that. So wow. That's another new reason that I discovered for people to subscribe to the channel. So yeah, definitely something to look forward on here, because hey, there's no hiding for SPY and QQQ. They have either continue, or a period of sideways will definitely determine a direction. Being outside of the upper Bollinger is no man's land, and for us, we know that that's a good opportunity to get involved. All right, so let's just before we switch segment, let me see if new people came into the chat room. Hello, bonsoir, Mrs. Ngoita from Douala, where it is currently. What time is it currently in Douala? I should know, right? I was just on the phone with Douala. No, yeah, with some part of Douala. You were just on the phone with Douala Telex. Yeah, my day has started quite early today. So in Douala, it's currently 1:53 p.m. in the afternoon. People catching us from that side of the pond is currently same time in London as in Douala. So if that's some burst of information. In Port St. Louis, it is in Mauritius. Port St. Louis in Mauritius, folks. I'm not sure if Miss Ali is on the show today. It's currently 4:53 p.m. in the afternoon. It's 8:53 p.m. in Manila and in Singapore. For us here in SoCal, we are quickly approaching 6 a.m. Pacific time. That gives us the opportunity to quickly take a look at what worked yesterday and what didn't work. Well, I don't know what worked yesterday. Apple was moving yesterday, so there was an opportunity to make money on Apple if you traded with us. It was something that definitely for us, we have been on the lookout here. I had the chart and then I removed it. I wanted to bring our attention to the chart of Netflix, because we have been talking about Netflix. Netflix has earning next week, yeah? And there's a strategy on Netflix that we have talked about, but it's an expensive strategy, which consists of 2-3 weeks out to set up a trade. Both you can have it a bias triangle or whatever you want, but it's super expensive, right? for the earning runs. So that's something that Netflix has got. Last earnings. I mean, you can do your quant analysis on here, more into that on here. So let's say they had earnings last time. Let's say, when was this? July 16. So if you started July 1st, you would have benefited from 460 to all of this, 100 points. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is knowing when to sell it. Obviously, I'm not. No, it's obvious. No, doing a Monday morning quarterbacking, meaning when I see the chart, yeah, easy to say, oh, I would have sold that run on here. We don't know that. We don't know that. Similarly here, if we started here in October, well, you will have had to deal with 4 days of October 1st, that is, or I'm not sure if you took it the last day of September. I mean, but 4 days of sideways on here before, okay, start trending up. So as of now, so let's say what was the starting point? So 500. My friend, if a similar pattern follows up, does that mean that by next week, Netflix is bound to go to 600? These are the type of quantitative analysis that's you can do. Okay, so if let's say that strategy is expensive for you, maybe I may interest you in a less expensive strategy. So a less expensive strategy is paying attention to how the market is trading intraday. Yeah, you can day trade, you can still day trade, you can scalp as well. Not everything, not everything. There's nothing wrong with swing trading, right? So it's the case of Netflix, just that it can be quickly expensive. Look what has been happening here since the first couple of days. So starting at 2 Eastern, yeah, 11 on my chart here because my trading view chart is on Pacific time zone where I am, Los Angeles. Look at the opportunity that you had here. So on Monday, they closed bearishly and they give back from 550 to 540. That's 10 points. I mean, 10 points on a Monday to close the day if you scalp this. And you can ask me, well, the rest of the day prior to that, there was not much going on. Yeah? A little bit. I mean, if you enter calls on here on Monday, 540 to 550. So 10 points up, 10 points down. Okay? But it wasn't something substantial in the way that, at least for us, we trade, right? So meaning that whatever option that you're using, whatever strike price that we are using, you would have needed to see something substantial on it. I mean, here are the open, yeah, but it wasn't sustainable that much. And then yesterday, it's opened flat, thereabouts, nothing whatsoever, sideways, whatsoever, yeah? And then starting literally at 2 p.m. Eastern, it decided to go from 544 to 557. That's 13 points in a matter of, let's say, an hour and a half or so. This is algos at their best as they are trying to fiddle their way into earnings for Netflix next Tuesday? Yeah, it's next Tuesday. So it's an interesting one to keep an eye on, definitely. So this is something. So in terms of recapping what happened yesterday, this is one of those. Not sure if anybody was able to take advantage on it. I did not see it until late. So but even though it has been on the radar, another one that I saw traders in our Discord room mentioning missing it yesterday. This is our friend Roku. Before I show you the 15-minute, which was just like, let me show you the daily charts of Roku lately, right? Roku, prior to, let's say, this month or the end of September, the previous high was about 185, all-time high, right? So upon breaking that again, we have said about this. If you see this box here, that means we have reviewed this chart at some point. That's why I drew my attempt to drawing at the box. So this breakout occurred really the first day, September 21st, and then they had to come back and retest the daily EMA 8, that's the yellow line. And from there, let's say since September 28th, actually, let's call it since October 1st. This is what Roku has done, from 200 to 238. So another one on here where maybe a swing over maybe a month or so, because this pattern, we are seeing it in a lot of stocks. So Roku definitely, and then yesterday, actually, yeah, yesterday was the biggest candle intraday trade by far prior to this one on September the 21st. So the ATR here was 20, on this given day that we are looking at, September 21st, it was 166.06 open 189.80, that's 23 points. And then yesterday from 220 low to 239. And then on the 15-minute chart, in case of if we have to wonder, oh, where will the trade will have been possible to be taken? Above VWAP, posting higher highs. So this candle on here is clearly above VWAP. Now, it's outside of the upper Bollinger. So it's going to take it about an hour and a half or so before it set new high of the day. So literally, because here, my friend, you get in here for an hour and a half, our option will be losing money. Though those contracts will be losing money because of theta, right? As you know. But not much, because if you insert it on this candle, let's say 228, the lowest that it went, VWAP here was 226, $2, which for Roku, it could set you back by about 30%, meaning that your stop loss, depending on what type of stop loss, we've talked about option on stop loss, right? Sometimes, my friend, those stop loss will be worked against us because we will get out of the trade and not just for that to see the trade actually move. That happened to me last week. Trust me, I know, but I had little patience on that specific stock. In this case here, what would we say on the trade? Because we are seeing that the EMA 8 is increasing and is providing support. If not, this is the candle. This is the candle to later in the day, which goes against conventional wisdom, because this here is for our trading clock. It's one of those. I love bringing this exception, because instead of somebody bringing them to say, hey, Telex, you have said that it's, we're saying that between 11 Eastern and 2 p.m., we need somehow to minimize the risk exposure. But that doesn't mean that if a specific stock, in this case, start posting higher highs, we don't get interested. I don't know if that was the case, but really, EMA 8 was a strong support here. And then from 11 o'clock, actually, let's forget about this. Let's forget about this for the reason that we know, right? Because here, outside of the upper Bollinger, buying it for Roku, that's not a good proposition. And then let's say here, from when it posted a new high of the day here at 11:45, the question could be, is that a head fake or no? So you say, okay, let's put the last 2 hours. In the last 2 hours, my friend, actually, the move actually was better, because this is crescendo. In this case, there's no denying this. So let's say this candle, where it's posting a new high of the day from 232 to 238, it just seems like 6 points. Not much, but 6 points, my friend. That's really went along with 6 points. So there are two things in option, right, that we need to fully understand. The move itself and how long it takes for the move to happen. This is so important if you are a new trader or trading options, or even if you're a veteran, right? So my point on here is to say that, hey, though it's only 6 points here over the last 2 hours, that's actually your option. Whatever strike that you had here, let's say the 240, the 250 calls, they actually made you more money than, let's say, here. How long did it take here? So from 9:30 or 6:30 my time to 11, that's 4.5 hours. So in 4.5 hours, we moved $10. My point is that this $10 in 4.5 hours is not as good as the $8 on here, or the $7 on here in 2 hours. If you're able to grab this concept and fully understand it, you will understand the power of making money in option trading over a brief period of time. Hello, we had a new person in the chats. Mr. Greg said, good AM, LFG. I'm not sure what LFG is. Is that a stock that Mr. Craig would like us to take a look at? I will check very quickly when we get into that section. So between Roku, Netflix, there were others. There were stock, definitely. There is a set of stock. I'm not sure if we have talked about this. Let me show you a daily chart of a couple of stock that have just been breaking recently. So let's go to the daily chart of Roku. So we showed you Roku, right? This breakout on there. Another one with a similar type of pattern. And we start talking about this when it's ATR change, right? We made that video on how to get an ATR, how to get a strike using the ATR method. We actually had a comment on YouTube. Somebody said that, took the time to put us a nice comment to say pretty much, hey, that technique is trash. So I need to reply to that comment here just by saying that, thank you for the feedback. And well, I'm glad to know that. So your trash is our gold, because if I was to apply that on here, they say you cannot use that on B1. Okay, you cannot use that on Roku as well. And I'm going to show you a third one where that's actually working like magic. So here's the breakout on B1 on here, and this thing. Let's maybe bring it bigger. So so let's put a box around it. Yeah. If we can. Okay, so this will be the breakout out of this box, yeah, where the ATR, we have look at that chart with the ATR on this thing. So the ATR is about $8. And well, yesterday, my friend, let's say, yeah, you would have gotten your $8 yesterday from the previous close, 192, and the low was 180. That's actually $12. 1.5 times the ATR. But other than that, I mean, that technique is trash. That's not me saying that. That's somebody who provided that. It's a beautiful feedback. I need to reply to comment. I need to spend more time on interacting. That because that's engagement. That's absolutely fair. Trust me. I'm not mad about it at all. Another one. So we showed you. So this is B1. I think B1 is the example we are using on our in that Excel spreadsheet. And so Roku, and last but not least, Twilio. Here's the breakout on Twilio. Again, we have looked at this before. Why? Because that box there, TradingView has a way of saving everything that I do, right? Here's the box. So now, those stocks, they are in no man's land, because they either, that momentum either going to continue, or they will have to find their way back to support, which is naturally, it's the exponential moving average. And again, here for us, the crossover. Somebody was asking me the other day, hey, if they want to take a swing trade, let's say over a month or so, what would be a similar criteria to the view up that we use? I say, hey, use exponential moving average 8. It's crossover over the exponential moving average 20. So in that case, you will go long on here, and oh boy, you would have been rewarded from 240. So $100 in literally how many trading days here on Twilio? So Roku, Twilio, B1. Who else is breaking out recently? I'm not sure if CRM. Let's see how CRM is standing up. Yeah, CRM is approaching it. Eventually, it may get there. So, but it hasn't done that yet. In its case, after its last earning, it popped on here. It has been really just doing sideways. The other one is that I was thinking about this morning is pins. Is it pins? Yep. We have highlighted it. Again, we have our box. So lately here has been a while though since pins has really done something, because there was no room, right? So when there was no room on the upper Bollinger, stock like to go sideways for a bit. But my friend, what do you think is going to transpire out of this? Have you seen this type of setup before? There's actually a name of this. So how many days have we had here? Today is a 10-day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Today is a 10-day, right? Okay. I think I've seen this enough. So pins definitely because now on the daily of the upper Bollinger has room all the way to 40, 46. Not that it cannot go outside Bollinger. It can go, right? But it's difficult for it to sustain it for a while. And from a weekly perspective, where does that give us? Yeah. As time passing by, room is growing. So really normally here, unless they decide to go sideways here for a bit, 50 if you are taking a swing trade over the next few weeks on here. All right, so that's take us into the next section of the show here. This is you're watching live pre-market analysis on October the 14th, 2020. It's currently 6:10 Pacific time, 9:10 Eastern. So what do we have in store for today? So before we go to the chart, let's go inside of the Power E-Trade to see where the US equity stand this morning, about 20 minutes to the open of the US equity. All right, so I switch my screen. So therefore, you guys should be seeing the inside. I need to go to that window myself, and I need to go to market view. All right. I love this market. Not I love this market, meaning that I love the market. It presents interesting. I've been following this. I've been awake and following this for over 2 hours. Right. At some point, I think everything was all the indexes here were almost red except QQQ, and even it was flirting with something. And then 2 hours later, now we have a beautiful green screen. But I want to bring your attention to the volume. The volume, it's 9:10 Eastern, 20 minutes to the open. The volume on SPY, if we have been following with us here in pre-market, SPY doesn't even have, let's say, 700,000 shares today in volume. QQQ, not even 500,000. For those of you who specialize in volume analysis, that's something to take a look at. Both are up. Everything is up. Not that much, but not that much. Suffice to say, 0.35. I mean, that's 1 point for SPY and about over one. Yeah, just shy of 1 point for SPY and 1.1 point on QQQ. Now, when we go to the specific stock, we use this watch list here. That's where we just put in everything. Let's scrutinize. Oh, LNG, no volume again. Right? Somebody had to be putting together a strategy ad on LNG. Please let me know if you have put together a Ganster type of strategy on LNG on days where there's no volume. I have not had time, folks, to focus on that. I suggested it the other day, so eventually we'll get there to do that maybe. In terms of volume, Apple, yesterday, crazy day yesterday, right? We were holding the calls, and remember at this very time yesterday, we were telling you, hey, for us, based on which that we observed in pre-market analysis, it was no bueno to carry on. It didn't even try further up, so the trend was definitely down. So for us, we're able to cash out on our calls and made money on the puts, though it was very erratic in the middle of the day and even toward the end of the day. But so we traded the 118 put. That we had a hedge, as you know, on that. So that hedge definitely paid out while we were catching on the calls as well. So what do we have in store this morning for you in pre-market analysis? We want to lift a couple of stocks. And the subscription traders, they already know them because I put together the instruction way almost 2 hours ago. I mean, assuming that 2 hours ago there were traders with us on here. I'm looking at Bank of America, yeah? So Bank of America right now has 2 million shares. This is day 2 after its earning. The earning was the earning yesterday or the earnings today? Oh, the earnings are today. Oh, the earnings are today. That's why. So Bank of America, yeah, I confused it with Citi. Citi and JP Morgan was yesterday. Bank of America earnings today. Wouldn't you want to know how to trade a stock after it releases earning? Where possibly can you have that? Oh, wait. We do have that here, successful trading. There is something called a quant analysis where it gives us an idea whether a stock is worthy of consideration. So let's quickly take a look at what's that information provide for Bank of America, if I can open that here. So this is this quant analysis. If you have been with us for a while, no secret what this document is. You currently have it in your inbox. If you don't, that means that you were not with us at bootcamp. Or if you were with us at bootcamp and you don't have it, please send me a message inside the Discord such that I can send you a copy. But normally an email was sent, and I know that email got to pretty much everybody because I saw people respond to it. So the document aimed to help us navigate stocks after the earnings. We can go into detail in another day, but here I want to go to Bank of America, and America is starting at minus 2%. So last earning, he said that after, let's say, starting at gapping down, it gained 1.98% on the upward direction, but it's actually slumped 2.85. This is a wild move. So that's why for us this morning, and then day 2, look at the focus here. Day 2, day 3, there was movement, but day 1, there is actually movement as well. This 4.79% is on top of days 1, meaning that this is measuring from the open to the low of that day. And this first column, 3 columns on here for day 1, day 2, day 3 is measuring from the open to the high. So when you have a stock that from the open, last earning from the open to the high, almost 2%, but from the open to the low, minus 2.85%. That's telling you that, my friend, you have over almost 5% between those two extremes. We need to get involved. Similarly, 2 earnings ago, from the open to the high, 2.81%, and then from the open to the low, 4.79%. That's almost 7%. That's make it no secret for us. So hence, we set up against that trade on that. The subscribers, they get access to that. So we are trading weekly, obviously, because here, this is what it really makes the value of this quant analysis research here, because we study the movement of these stocks. We don't have every single stock. I mean, we have about 70 or 8 to 80 stocks here, familiar stock. But if for you, you're interested into your own stock, you want us to build you a document for, please contact us at successfultrading.com on our email. We will definitely can set up something for you for your specific stock. For us, we have some generic stock on here for that's we provide to people, to our subscribers. This document, as we said before, it's a document that's we are selling it. There's no secret about that. And the value of it, we teach you how to use that successfully during earnings season. That will take away the gambling, trying to guess ahead of time. Oh, will a stock get beat? But even when stock beats, they can actually go down and vice versa, right? So this morning for us, what are we using? We are using October 16 or October 2020 expiration for Bank of America, and we picked what? Let me go back. Which screen are we sharing? I need to go back inside of Power E-Trade. We picked the 24. Just a second here. It has been a while since I provided it. So Bank of America 23.5 puts. That's the strike, 23.5 and 25 calls on there for that sweep. And if you are not familiar with what the gangster sweep is, that's fine. Find a way if you're interested to subscribe to our service. We will teach you all about that again. Or we could even provide you recordings of our bootcamp where we went in length about this technique. So that's one. The other one this morning that got our attention, it's Goldman Sachs, another bank that reported earning. It's currently with 600,000 shares, up 2%. It's trading at $215 thereabout. In pre-market, after the earnings were released, I can't tell you because I was live looking at it. The high of the day was about 217.5 thereabout. So, and you can check it out on your charts, right? So on the daily chart, on your chart. So for October 16, 200 puts and 235 calls. Those are the 2 strike levels. So everybody in our Discord should have that. All right. Let me then take the time now as we're approaching. It's 9:20, right? So some of you frantically, you're like either entering those trades or trying to scramble to get there. Let me see if there are any. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of feedback. The chat was disconnected earlier. So I missed a lot of things. Okay, I missed a lot of things here on the chat. So LFG stand for let's F go. Okay, so I didn't know that. Wins knows. Telex, can you take a look at NEO? Oh my goodness, must I? Must I take a look at NEO? Again? Come on, guys. NEO's trading at $22 or $22 or so. So NEO was a stock that was $5 a few months ago. So what indicator do you use? Mr. Tassin. Mr. Tassin, I know your name. You're familiar. You're a new subscriber. I think you are the latest subscriber in the month of October because, trust me, I watch the subscriber. What indicators do you use? Mr. Tassin, please find a way to schedule a session if you want. We offer free 30-minute consultation here. So go to our website. You will see a pop-up on there. You could even chat with us live, but please not during the trading hours most of the time. And and I will definitely answer your question. Or if you want to send me an email, we will give you all the indicators that we do use on here. So let me switch back and go back to the trading view charts to take a look at NEO. Not sure if NEO is gapping this morning, but that's another one that has been on a run over the last few months. Yeah. NEO was a $4 stock, folks, in June. Yep, this is it now. This is the weekly chart for NEO. Not bad, yeah. Parabolic on the weekly is definitely for nope, not 5-minute chart telex for those investors. So on the daily chart, this is what it looks like. So on the daily chart, we are above VWAP. It has been consolidating for almost, how many days here? So similar to a chart that we saw earlier, pins, yeah? So literally, how many? 5 days? So today is day 11 of a tight range between 21 and 22. Yeah, when you see something like this, folks, oh yeah. So just a matter of when. They will decide on a direction on here. And based on recent momentum and the fact that it's still above of the both exponential moving averages, the green and the yellow line, it's a bullish setup. So it's that's mean though that, let's say, hey, if you have been trading this, let's say the option that is, I mean the stock has been not moving that much. If you have been trading options on there, you lost most like a lot of money, because for 10 days, that's 2 full weeks where this thing has not gone anywhere. That's the problem sometimes with these stocks as they're trying to find their way. So meaning these times here seem similar to this year, because except on rare days where the puts will have paid a little bit, but not much really. So the days to make money will be these big candles day where the ATR will be something above $1.50. But here literally has been not that much. So yeah, a setup, it's materializing here. And we have seen that we can go back here in time and see similar type of sideways action consolidation just for it to go and pop. So in the case, so a swing trade, long-term swing trade, let's say a month at least, but even in a month, I mean, this is 2 weeks of it that this thing is taking. That's my problem with taking swing trades on sometimes, because you don't know what's going to happen. You're just at the mercy of what they're going to do, and your position can definitely decay because of theta, just as that. So, well, hopefully this answered the question. Sorry that I had to rush. I'm trying to give people and myself as much time as possible. I got the BOA. What's BOA? Oh, Bank of America. Okay, folks. I'm so used to seeing the ticker, right? So when I read BOA, I didn't, I know. When it's typing like me now, NEO has just had price target triple. Okay, maybe that's the catalyst that's needed, because it has been going sideways, and we know some of these stocks, when they go through a long period of consolidation like this, when they pop, oh yeah, they do mean business. So we have to check the volume on it to see if, let's say, that will bring in more people. So when anybody, and we will reconvene same time, same hour tomorrow, God willing. Bye-bye.